Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Challenger series. My name is Danotage, and welcome to Raid 16. Oh, we're over halfway. Wait, no, we're not. Raid 16. No, we're over the quarter of the way. Because we're doing something that I think will be successful here. Shoreline. The problem is I have a sling, which is not very big. But the thing is, if we run Shoreline and we run stashes, there's a good chance I'll find like a Scav backpack or a Burkett or something like that. That's very possible. That happens a lot. We're hoping to find armor. We're hoping to find rigs. We're hoping to find stuff we can carry stuff in because that tends to be very common in these stashes. So I'm hoping that this comes through. Shoreline has been pretty low tier for me. However, like I said, it's a stash run. Stashes could mean anything. They can mean totaling like 100 grand to totaling a mil. Like it all happens. It all shows up out of here. There's always the possibility we go into resort late and grab a couple things, but that's very, very not safe. In fact, I think we spawned up here. Yeah, so let's check a couple things here and then we're gonna leave. What time is it? 20 minutes. Alright. I don't think there's much I want to check here, but there are like tools down here. And also, things we can pick up. Got him. I say it as somebody who has come down here to hide from somebody before. None of this seems to have anything. There's a book. There's a plague mask. Plague mask isn't bad. What do we have, by the way? I've got 95 rounds of T ammo. So if anything, we could just bust down somebody's armor. Alright, let's get out of here. Because I don't want to spend a whole lot of time there. Plus, it's just not good. Alright, we're going to come through here. We're going to cross over and we're going to check that stash. And then we're not going to go right. Those stashes are too far apart. Those stashes will just waste our time. Even if there's something like decent in them. We do only have a sling, but still. Alright, sniper scav's up. That's good. Probably should have checked that before I ran down, but whatever. It's dark. It's supposed to be kind of late in the morning. The lighting's all super weird. It's been weird last couple days. I know I turned off post effects, but as I tested some things, post effects wasn't really affecting too much because I had it pretty low. Okay, put that there. Med tools. There's my Cayman. I told you. I told you we were looking for armor, helmets and stuff where we don't have to put into our backpack. It's exactly what we're looking for. The Cayman's not worth a ton. Most armor and most weapons aren't worth a ton anymore. Weapons actually haven't lost value too much. They've been pretty much the same for a couple of wipes. You can still sell pretty much every weapon. That's not really the concern. It's the ammo for them, so... people are taking some weapons. Especially like full PMC weapons and stuff. But for the most part, not really. Okay, that's a decent sight. A sight for sore eyes, as they might say. Alright, we're gonna go up and maybe check this stash. Yeah, normas, yes. Da, normas. Just scav. Only scav, although there is a dead guy right there. Very hard to see, but there's there's dead sniper hanging off the side there. Which means he was probably killed early in the raid. Yeah, early in the raid, yeah. Normas. Means normal, like situation normal. For those that don't speak any Russian. Alright. I'm gonna be honest, like, one of the reasons I've learned Russian at all was because of this game. I've always thought it was, like, a pretty cool language. It's a very beautiful language. The written language has always been what spooked me, because it's very different, but also, so, like, there's a lot of letters that are similar, if not exactly the same. But there are a lot of letters that are completely, totally different sounds. There's like, and different looks too. There are like the E doesn't make an E sound, or is it the K sound? I don't know. There's a couple of letters that look exactly like English letters, that are totally different sounds, and then there's like crazy, complicated X's that are actually like Z's and Shez and stuff like that. It's weird. Anyway, I'm very beginner in my Russian, but I know a couple things. And I've looked up a couple things that have been said in this game. There's some things that are very, very colloquial and hard to find. Slugs, FMJs, 98 isn't terrible. I mean, it's pretty bad, but it's not the worst thing in the world. Alright, now we're gonna go check this thing on the ridge. Then we'll go check the church. Then we'll check the town. The town should have 4 or 5 stashes we can check. That should be probably enough time. It's probably all the time we have. That's all the time we have to hear today, folks. Until next time, kerplow, kerplow, blap, blap, blap. And I'll see you again soon. Some tape, some H2O2, an STM. Alright. These aren't going to be worth a lot, but they're not taking up space. Not real space, really. So that's good. It's possible we check the cottage, not the locked one, but the unlocked one. See if somebody hit the safe up there. In fact, we probably should. I don't know if you heard that. It's my dog coughing up a hairball, apparently. The thing is, I don't know if Sturman's alive, will he just blat me? So we've still got 14 minutes. That is some time. We could do that. Alright, let's get him running across. No time. Plus we're in the rain, which means I have a little bit more distance to hide behind. A lot of fog, a lot of darkness. Darkness imprisoning me, all that I see, absolute horror. Darkness. Okay. Don't see anybody here. We can also check the cottage key spawn. Or the red key car spawn. I don't remember what the... I think... Oh no, this is opened. Yeah, it's all opened. Yeah, let's go. Opened by a Scav, too. Guaranteed. Scav or late game PMC. Because those things would not say close if it didn't happen while we were here. Nothing. That was this hit? It was. Did they leave anything? Nope. Alright. So that might be just somebody trying to get out. Or somebody just spawned at the tunnel and came this way. Both are possible. Both are very possible, I should say. Okay, so... This is the stash I always forget. Well, before we get there, we'll check these. Duffel bags are good to search. Wrench is okay. Fuel is very good. It's like 120k right now. Nuts are good. Sewing kit is good. Crossage. Magnets. All stuff I actually need myself. Tubes are decent. They're like 15k each. They're not bad. Because tubes make water bottles. And emergency water rations. I forget which building has the cursed upside down room. Alright, we're taking our time now. That way we can listen. Because we're near our extract. Actually, I didn't even check our extracts. Ruined house, lighthouse, road to customs, Svelty dead end. Yeah, we're close. Svelty dead end is probably where we're going to take. It's at the end of the road here. It's at the end of the road as we know it. Oh, it's the end of the road. I almost said the real lyric. It's the end of the road as we know it. Oh, it's the end. This is one we just went into. Okay, so let's go check the couple of stashes. I don't know about you. And this is something that, like, don't tell Nikita because he might put it in. If it's raining, you should run out of stamina faster. Because I don't know about you, when I run in the rain, it's much harder. Plus your clothes get wet and heavier. You know? Again, don't tell Nikita. I don't talk to Nikita, so I'm not gonna tell him. But somebody watching this maybe has access. Don't tell him. And if you do tell him, make sure that he doesn't know it was from me, so he doesn't give me credit. That'd be great. Thank you. Because that will just piss people off. But it's realism. I forget where this thing is. It's right there. Never mind. Bolts are good. Alkali is okay. It's better than that. The Taz, nah. 9.5? Plenty of time. Plenty of time. Not a whole lot of space, though. I'm used to looking in here because of woods. Okay. Let's go check the two stashes that pretty much get hit almost every time. Okay, not hit while I've been in here. Not hit at all. Measuring tape. I needed that for a daily the other day. I will take these. Thank you. Probably should have gotten rid of the alkali, but we're probably going to get rid of that in a second. Need alkali for a quest. Need 2 of them, I believe. 3 of them? Something like that. Med tools. Morphine. Tarcola's not bad. These are worth okay. Okay. Alright. Well, that's not bad. We'll run through this real quick. More daily quest items. It's so strange how they've... and I kind of actually like it. It makes you think about what you necessarily want to grab sometimes. Does this work if I do this? It does. But it doesn't work. I mean, it's fine, but it doesn't work. Anything else we can put on here? Nah. Alright, so take this off. The Cobra's probably worth something. I should probably keep it. But it doesn't give us a sight at the moment. Let's get rid of the tape. Take the Cobra. More tape, more measuring tape. What else? What else we have? Nothing here, nothing here. Open. Alright, let's move across. We got 2 more stashes to check. Got more stuff in here too. I don't know what could show up in here. These elite pliers are like okay. For the wrench, it's probably better than the wrench. I know the wrench is like worth something sometimes. It really depends. Like one day it's worth something, but the next day it's worth nothing. Okay, nothing there. There's no duffel bags, I think. It's very dark. I'm having trouble seeing myself. Should be a toolbox. Plenty of time still. Nothing in there. Alright, still keeping our eyes peeled on the mountains. Fly high in the mountains. 36 million in counting. The higher I go, the higher I flow. Stretch out my arms. Can I get comfortable? It's That's not my lyric, by the way. Mayo? A TT? Ooh. I think Mayo's worth more. This is 3x2, and it's... Ooh. I can't... It doesn't matter. I can't fit any of this stuff. Alright. That would have been nice if I had a slightly bigger backpack. Slightly. Ever so slightly. Alright, there's one thing I want to check before we leave, though. After the stash. More nuts. I think we want, like, the books. I think the thermometer's better. That doesn't fit. That'd be cool, though. I think this is worth something. Oh, you know what? I didn't mean to throw the elite pliers. There we go. Alright, there's some food spawns and stuff over here. It could spawn something decent. Like a rat cola is okay. Boop, 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 boop. Alright, there's a clean. I think there's a duffel bag in there too. Metal scissors. Metal cutting scissors is what we want. That's worth a bit. Yeah, it's not tech, but it's utility. It'll work. Okay, and now I think we can leave. I don't know of any more stashes. I'm sure there are more, but I don't know where they are. And I'm not going to look them up, because that's weird. And we're full. We're full anyway. And we did exactly what I wanted to do. The whole reason we came to Shoreline was because the likelihood of us getting gear we can put on our person instead of in our bags, because we knew we had a small bag, is exactly what I was looking for. So, we're going to get out with this with the most value we could probably get without finding bigger space. I think it was a decent move, and I think we're going to come out the better for it. We filled up a lot of slots that were not going to get filled up normally, and I think we're good. So, with that, I'll be right back. All right, we're back. As you can see, that raid went pretty well, and it did. I'll tell you, I'm getting pretty good at calling some strategies in this game. I'm not going to say I'm good at shooting people or getting the best loot as a PMC or doing, you know, things super fast, but I know how to strategize. It's kind of my thing. Anyway, we're doing the same thing because of how good that was. The problem with this spawn is we're way on the wrong side. This is I don't even want to go in there, I think. I think I want to check. I want to check that spot and then leave. I'm pretty sure it's always hit. Yeah. Okay. Is this hit as well? I got a filter. Face. Alright. I guess that wasn't hit, which is strange. Is there a dead body here too? No. The duffel. Maybe nobody has been here? That's extremely strange. Don't want the Xeno, don't want the T-plug. Maybe the crackers? Thought I heard something. Alright, let's get out of here. Alright, we kind of want to go this way. We also know that this is dangerous. So, Shoreline. One of my least favorite maps. Between this and Factory, I'm not really sure what... Actually, this is worse than Factory. Because Factory, I know what I'm going to get into. And at least there's, like, going to be some action. At least there's going to be some stuff that happens there. But on this map, you're either going to have nothing, or you can guarantee you're going to have something stupid happen at the resort, or you're just going to get sniped out of nowhere. At least in woods, because like somebody will say something like, oh, that can happen in woods too. It can happen in resort, or I mean reserve. Sure, it can, but at least you can take a sniper fight in woods. And a lot of people will argue against me, they don't like woods. I'll tell you right now, woods is at least 3 times better than this map. Because, in woods, for the same reason that people don't like it, is the same reason you probably do like it. Because if you start getting sniped out of nowhere, at least if you don't get killed the first shot, you can probably find a way to get away. And, if you know the map well enough, you could probably figure out exactly where they are. Especially if they're in one of those locations that everybody goes to. Which is pretty obvious, and a lot of players do it. So, if you pay attention to that, woods is actually not that bad of a map. The only problem with woods is it's full of people doing kind of the same thing. Because of how many people don't like woods. So it's sort of, it's either low-level players trying to get their scav kills, high-level players trying to hunt Sturman or other players at the sawmill. So you can kind of call what's going to happen there. And then when you go and you fight that, you never know what's going to happen. But, again, that argument can be made for any map. I just think it's more easy to call, it's easier to call what's going to happen on those maps. Reserve used to be that way for me. I'd be able to call what was going on, but because when people hear, oh, Reserve's been buffed and there's so much better loot there, it's just the Wild West. There's so many things that you thought was going to happen that absolutely just doesn't. Shoreline also has a lot of spawn camping areas that can happen. Reserve is more of like a spawn rush. But Shoreline, because it's such a long and narrow map, there's this location here, which will look back. There's those rocks that will look back. There's the Scav rock that will look back. And then as long as you know those, you can look to the sides and see who else is camping those. So, it's not... I really dislike this map. I really do. And there's a lot of people who really like it. So it's very much... It's polarizing. Thankfully, the people that I play with often also don't like this map, except for like maybe 1 or 2. So it tends to go pretty unplayed. However, the reason we're running this as a scav is, 1, people tend to leave this map pretty early, right? Obviously, we spawned in, which means that there's somebody still on this map, but it's so big that, and they're probably in resort, that's not really a big deal. But like I said, there will always be most of the people running out of this map pretty quickly. They go, they fight or loot resort, and then they just bounce. I always forget where this one is. I'm not going to spend too much time here. The people who are still in the raid are probably the people that are either camping somebody at the pier, or they're hitting resort late to get their quest done, because this map has the most quests in the game. Which should be interesting when the game is fully released and we see so many other quests. So, for those that don't know, all the quests in the game right now are going to be considered side quests when the game is released. There'll be a main story mission, main story quest to get through some stuff, and then all these quests will still be here. Hopefully they'll be retooled and stuff like that, because some of them are just, oh my god, some of them are just garbage quests. And right now, the main quest is to get, the Kappa container, right? The 9x9 or whatever, 5x5 container. No, what is it? It's 3x4, 5, something like that. Anyway, that's to get the container. Now, that will be like a special thing you do in the main game, in the full release. Something also to consider is there are going to be a lot of, like, main mechanic changes that will come into play. We don't know what they are. I know Nikita, there's a big, discussion at the moment about Nikita talking about a permadeath mode. Something where your character over time, over raids, will gain, what's another one? Will gain radiation sickness and poison. I don't want that. And the only way it'll get to a point where you're full up and basically can't do much. And the only way to get rid of it is to reset your account, right? Now, my hypothesis as to why that is even being thought of is because there's another rumor that what he also wants to do is not involve wipes, right? Which I don't think he's going to do. I don't think he's going to take away wipes because I think he understands that the most popular the game is at any point is when the game does wipe. None of us. So, now I hope that's the sniper or AI on the ground. It's one of them. Anyway, so and Nikita's a smart guy. Like, as much as I really wish that he would just add a female operator, USEC or Bear, or to the game, just do one of the easiest things that you can possibly do in the game development is add that. As much as I wish that would happen, I think he's a good developer. He's a good designer. He's a good world builder, right? And I think that he's got enough integrity to the point where he's not going to just miss the fact that people like wipes and how they're going to get that involved. Now, like I said, the theory behind what's going on, the hypothesis behind what that whole discussion was about was it could be the fact that he wants to develop a sort of faux wipe and it doesn't wipe everybody. But I also believe that he's also smart enough to understand that the reason people like wipes is not because they like starting over. It's because they like starting at the same point as everybody else. Because after day one of a wipe, everybody's at a different position. Everybody's at a different point in the game, right? And he's been constantly trying to develop pieces of progression that says it doesn't really matter if somebody has 10 more hours than you, they're going to be roughly in the same position as you. And that's mostly true now. But for the most part, outside of gear and stuff like that, somebody could be so far ahead and be doing the same stuff as you that you're going to run into people that just constantly have just way better gear. Now, I don't think that is... I think that's unavoidable, right? I think it's going to happen no matter what. I think he understands that too. But in the end, what we want is we want, like, 6 months of being able to start somewhere and then go somewhere. And honestly, a lot of people want I think, a good excuse to be able to put the game down and not feel bad about it, I think there's a lot of people who grind out to, like, level 40, 50, 60, and then they're like, okay, I'm done with the game for a while. And in order to do that is to kind of ask people to start from the beginning all at the same time. And like I said, you can't really do that. It's 3x3? Oh, this is... Teabag's bigger? I didn't realize the teabag is bigger than the army bag. Okay, we're not going to go to college this time. We're going to go this way. We're going to go to the church, because that's one thing I missed in the last raid because we went to the cottage. So, giving people a reason to reset, or to be forced to reset in the middle of a season, we'll call it a season because it won't be, I don't think they'll call it wipes. In fact, I don't even think they effectively, do they officially call it a wipe? I don't know. But we'll say seasons, so like every 6 months will be a season. And, so being able, it's like forcing people to reset within that. I mean, people do that. People do that anyway. So giving people like the forcing habit to do that because you didn't pay attention to all the radiation you got throughout the first like 4 months of wipe, then you get a new chance to do it again. But I do think people are still going to want that whole let's refresh and start at the same time type stuff. Now, I don't think Nikita wants to deal with the server hits that they get when that happens, because they take big server hits. There's a lot of damage control and fires they gotta put out. Maybe, I don't know, maybe even literal fires. Sometimes it feels like the servers are literally on fire. they have to put out during those times, and I don't think they want to deal with that for the rest of their careers. But giving people at least that option, because I think the other option was to say you can play in you can have two different characters, right? You can have one that goes through the wipe seasons, kind of like Path of Exile, if you've ever played Path of Exile. Goes through the wipe seasons and deals with resetting every 6 months, but then there's somebody who's permanent. So, and I think that's something I think people missed during that conversation as well. Was simply the fact that those exist. Those are going to exist. Those are going to continue to exist. Where you're still going to have those ideas of having both things go on at the same time, both types of characters. So something where you're forced to reset on your permanent character... Oh, that was the bag. Okay. Is actually something that makes more sense. Because you can always tune your radiation sickness to not really take hold in 6 months. Like, it's not going to affect you in the 6 months that you play during a season, unless you really don't pay attention to what you're stepping into. Alright, some of them don't know my extract. Ruined house fence. Ooh, means we gotta go back. Nails. Nails? Possibly a Quake Maker. Okay. So, if it's not going to affect you in the 6 months that you're playing, especially if you're careful, well then that's going to be something that affects maybe the more permanent players, where they're going to force to reset themselves. And maybe, if you're careful enough, maybe it never gets you sick enough. You know? Poses aren't worth much. Maybe it never gets you sick enough to where you have to reset. It's just if you don't pay attention, which, like, we've seen in our woods runs, there's a lot of people don't pay attention to where the heck they're going, so they hit mines all the time. Somebody's outside. Hey, you hiding out there? I'm just a friendly scav. Somebody's out there. I don't have time to deal with this. I think he's trying to leave. I hope he's trying to leave. Just let him leave. Chops. AF chops. They're worth a little bit. I don't know how much. Can't be more than the vase. Fast and T. Alright, it's a fake one. It's a TK. Basically, it means easy team kill. Okay. You don't want to jump twice for me? There are still people here. What are they doing? Full set, don't need. What is happening? Security vest. I don't think anything pops up in those, so we're gonna leave that. I think it's time to boogie. So, ruined road or ruined house fence is gonna be closest, I think. Somebody's just trying to bounce. I gotta be careful. 'Cause I don't know who it is. Ledex can't spawn in med bags, can they? 4 minutes. Where the heck am I? I'm not in the right area. This one over here. Yep. Duffels have stuff sometimes. Not this time. Alright, if there's nothing in here, we gotta go. Either way, this is the last one. Alright. Flat screwdriver. Alright, let's get the heck out of here. This is not going to be as good as the last one, but it's not going to be total garbage, I think. Jump, please. Oh my goodness. Anybody here? I don't know. I don't know. 3 minutes. 1 minute. Yeah, it should be right there. Should be looking at it. There's nothing in those, I think. Friendly? Friendly?
Friendly.
Alright, I'm gonna walk right by.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm going up to this exit.
Yeah, me too. Let's go. I think he wanted to say good G or good GG or something, or see ya or something. I don't know. Seemed like a friendly scav. No bad. All right, we made it out. I don't know what this is going to be all about. We'll see. Here, let me tell the future. Bing. I don't know. I'm gonna pull the curtains back. I don't know how to react to that. But I think because of how good the last raid is, I think this episode is actually going to be still a plus. So, thank you so much for watching. Enjoy. I hope you enjoyed all the videos we've gotten so far. We still got a lot to go. And again, even if you don't see a whole lot of views on these videos, I hope they get views later. And we're uploading 5 days a week. So, make sure you guys subscribe and check out more. Give it a like. And I'll see you all next time. Goodbye. Bye.